Hey everyone.
Hello.
All right, just so everyone knows, we are recording the meeting for the few people we have who work third shift and all that jazz. So you are being recorded. Yeah, I know. Right?
I had to check in from.
Wait, what'd you say, Rocky?
I said I had to check in from work.
Oh, jeez. We've got I'm trying to think. We've got one person who's coming from the UK, so they are sleeping right now. And then I know we've got a couple of like EMS paramedic kind of people. So, oh, and then I don't know if the race directors are going to care, but in the past, we've always had people type their name into the comment section just so we can keep attendance. So if everyone could do that, that would be very helpful. We're recording, transcribing, close open. Everyone feeling okay?
Where is the comments section?
Oh, the in-call messages. Is that what everyone else calls it?
That's what I call it.
It always looks like something different depending on what computer you're on. Yeah. Bob, was that you, Bob? Did that make sense?
What did you say again? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's called the in-call messages. On my computer, it's on the bottom right. Does that make sense? Also, I'm on my computer, not my phone.
Is it the chat? Is that what you like put it in the chat?
Okay. It looks like the bottom right, like a little in-call messages.
Yeah, on mine it looks like a little blue.
Yeah. Thank
Blue
you.
little notepad or something.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Plus, I'm on my computer, not my phone, so it looks different than if you're on your phone, I'm sure. For everyone who's joining us, if you could pop your name into the chat, the in-call messages, just so we can keep attendance, that would be great. Thank you. I'm sure the race directors are going to get on here and say that it was completely unnecessary, but it's what we usually do, so, you know. It's almost time.
So if you don't make the meeting, you don't start then, huh?
We have, well, at least in the time I've worked here, we've never had someone completely miss everything. I'm sure let's not put that out into the world. But no, I mean, so we have two different meetings. You can go to one of either, and then for those few people we were talking about, I told them I'd record it, and then they have to put in writing that they watched it. We used to do all of the pre-race meetings in person, like at the starting line, but no one's paying attention. It's really early. I was just at Woodstock a few weekends ago. You can't hear. It's, this is way easier for people to ask questions and all that. Right. So, okay. Good. Hey, Megan Zoll, are you doing the 100-mile or the 100K?
I am doing the 100-mile.
Okay, that's what I thought, but then my brain fritzed out a little bit. So exciting. While we're waiting for the race directors to get here, I will crowdsource something that I'm working on right now. I'm working on photography guidelines for a photographer. And obviously the race directors will point out the cool locations. But if you all have any suggestions about cool concepts for them to get a picture of, you can either say them or put them in the messages. Because more brains are always better. Hey, Annalisa.
Oh, apparently it automatically muted me. Hey, everybody.
Not sure what that says about your relationship with Google.
Well, it's like, due to the size of the call, you're automatically muted.
Oh, actually, I appreciate that. Oh, Bob, go for it.
I'm sorry I did that.
Oh,
Hey,
totally okay. Hey, Annalisa, I had everyone put their name in the in-call chat just so we can keep attendance like we've done in the past. But if you don't need them to do that, just say the word.
It would be helpful. It probably will only show up in yours because I can't see anything up there prior to when I log in.
Okay, I will share that with you later.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool. All right. Excellent. Guys, I gotta tell you, I'm about an hour south of Wolverine, and I'm sitting outside with a blanket right now.
It's been cooling down significantly at night.
Gonna be nice. Everyone who put present next to their name, I want to know if you went to a Catholic school and also how old you are.
Did anyone else get two links to this that are different links?
No, Rich.
Because I'm in two different athlete meetings, but it could be maybe it's next race.
Yes, that's possible. Is there one that no one's in?
All right, I think I got it figured out.
Sweet. If I messed something up, let me know.
Okay, guys, we'll get started shortly. Hang tight. We want to give everyone a chance to get in here that needs to be in. I'm going to be here on like 3 different devices because I'm also going to be sharing on them. If you have any questions, feel free to place them in the chat, and then we'll answer them throughout, especially if they're relevant to the current topic. We'll also have some time for FAQs and Q&A at the very end.
I love these meetings. Everyone's actually got their camera on, and I feel like I can like sense the energy coming from like the nerves coming through your cameras.
Oh yeah, no energy here. No energy.
Yes, sorry.
Insane.
Energy gone.
Absolutely terrified I am.
You mentioned the cold weather. This guy coming from California has decided not to shave or anything until we know about the weather. So
It's actually, I mean, it's long-term forecast. It's not looking bad. It's actually looking really good.
Or
Last-
October in Michigan.
last I looked, it said somewhere in the mid 40s and raining. So who knows?
Then we're going to go with my forecast.
Yes, please.
Andrew, no matter what, I don't think you're gonna get an ice beard. Sorry.
Yes, but speaking for my brother from California, he wears a beanie when it gets below 75 degrees out.
Throw me under the bus.
Only way to go. How else am I
We'll
gonna
give we'll give it a few more minutes. Looks like we got a healthy amount of people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Who's sharing? It says, is that you sharing your screen, Megan, or?
Shouldn't be. Who
That
knows?
says
Maybe.
someone sharing your screen with everyone. Yep, that was you.
Oh, I don't know how I did that. So cool.
All right. Well, we just had a bunch of people join, so I'm guessing those are the ones who are our last to come in. If we get a few more people, cool. I want to introduce myself, and I think I'm not sure that everybody else and I can see 2 or 3 of the 4. Well, anyways, I see several of my staff on here. My name is Rich Swore. I'm with Trivium Racing. I'm one of the race directors for this ridiculousness that you all signed up for. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have Annalisa on the call. She is one of our race directors, and she can say hi real quick because she's the one whose child is currently holding her hostage with a pen, it looks like.
Hi guys. Sorry, my house is chaotic, and when I get on calls, he likes to be involved. But yes, I'm one of the race directors. You will see me on site. You probably see me on a couple of the calls already, but we are looking forward to this.
Also on the call, I think is Anna, but we're trying to get her well, so we're not going to have her speak a lot today. But if she's on the call, she could say hi. Anna, are you on this one? Okay. We made her lose her voice last weekend in a smaller race, so we need her to get her back so she can cheer for everyone next week. And then the one you hear from the most, not because she talks more, just talks louder, is Megan. Megan will say hi real quick.
Hey everyone. I'm marketing. I heard cats. I'll be out there on race weekend. I'm not sure where, usually getting like all the fun marketing stuff and cheering and helping at aid stations and stuff. So part of the goal of these meetings is that y'all go into race weekend feeling like you know people. So hopefully we accomplish that tonight as well.
Yeah, and again, we're doing this a little different than we normally. We usually go through the athlete guide and we go through it relatively quick, and there's not a lot of time. And generally, my thoughts on that is that it's kind of a waste of time because you can go through the athlete guide yourself. But there are certain things we know you need to know and we want you to know, and there's certain things you can spend more time on. So we're going to do it a little bit different. And I'm going to go through some major topics that Annalise and I are going to go through some major topics that we find important that are going to hopefully relieve some of the stress and some of the anxiety and questions you have. And then we're going to leave it open for some conversation. And then if there's further questions, you guys can hang out for a while and ask us, or, we'll be emailing pretty much daily race weeks to give you updates, especially if it's 40 degrees and rainy, which again, I don't think that's the weather forecast. But is there any questions before? I mean, we're going to answer a lot of questions, but are there any questions before I kick off here? Okay. I made my little checklist to help me know where I'm at, and checklists make me feel like I'm accomplishing something and getting ready. But this is what we're going to talk about today. I want to go through the timeline simply because I don't want anyone to be on the wrong page for that. After we do the timeline, Annalise is going to spend some time on gear because that's the probably number 2 question we get the most is my gear okay? What gear do I need? Oh my gosh, what gear should I have? And we can answer some of those. And we'll also at that point open it up for some of them are seasoned ultra vets to offer if they have some opinions on what they would do. That's beyond necessarily what you have to do. Then Annalisa will continue with aid stations and drop bags so that we're all on the same page there. So we'll spend a little more time than we usually do, simply because it's a point-to-point course. There are a lot of aid stations, there are a lot of water stations, there are a lot of drop bags, and there's a lot of stuff that you can help yourself out by planning well for. I'll go through some course updates. Last time I talked to you guys was several months ago, and the trails were in insanely bad shape. They were covered with trees. They're much better now, and we'll go through more information on that. Annalisa will then go over relay and crew updates. We've done some new stuff for that and prep some more stuff, and she'll talk to you about that. So without further ado, I'm not going to do anything other than actually pull up the timeline and just discuss it with you to make sure we're all on the same page. Obviously, you're here, so you're in good shape. You don't need to come to this one. More than welcome to if you want to. They'll also be recorded, correct, Megan?
Sorry, yes.
And so you can always watch them later. and any information that we get in the next week. We're going to be up there pretty much all next week, working on the course, prepping aid stations, marking trails and everything else, shooing away bears, you know, the fun stuff. We'll update you even if you're not in that meeting. So don't feel like you're missing something. Packet pickup, you do not have to do packet pickup the day before. It's much easier on everybody if you do, but this is pre-packet pickup. You can get your gear checked there as well, so you don't have to do it on race morning. You could do your drop bag drop-offs too, but you can wait till morning. But you can also get your headlamps and everything checked, so you're checked off the list so that you're legal the night before as well. Saturday, it's an early one. The problem with point to point is you got to get to the first point to get to the other point. So we will have a very early shuttle. We had some questions about pit stop along the way for the 100-mile shuttle. And while we're understanding of the situation, there is no logical way of doing it where we go by anywhere that we can have enough bathrooms to do this. It's just, there's nothing along the way that would be a good stop. It's just going to be use the bathrooms before, use the bathrooms when you get there. We'll plan for emergencies, but yeah, there's no bathrooms available until you get to the start. You will get most of your gear before you even get on the bus, so you can get your drop bags ready. You'll get your bib. You can get that ready so you have something to do other than sleep, unless you decide to sleep while you're waiting to get to the start line, and you feel more prepared, and unless you've already picked up your stuff. Shuttle's going to depart at 2:50. We'll do gear check and packet pickup starting at 4:30. And we'll do it really up till 5:25. But obviously, we're going to spend some time just chatting with you guys prior to the race. We'll start right at 5:30. And for the 100-milers, at that point, you're just staying on course until you get to the finish line, staying ahead of the cutoffs. We'll talk about cutoffs a little bit, but I'm hoping that we don't have to cut any of you off. Hopefully, we've got a course that is one that challenges you, but also leaves you making it all the way to the finish. But for you guys, you have from there until 2:30 to get to the finish line. 100Kers, 7:40 check-in at the finish line for your shuttle. Not nearly as early as the shuttle. You guys have some free time. 7:40, they'll depart. 8:30 to 9:30. You guys will have the start line, which will have porta potties and water for people to fill up their water to fill up their drop bag drop off location, same as the 100-milers. And we will do gear check from 8:30 to 9:30 and start that race at 10. Again, same thing. You're just on course at that point. When we talk about aid stations, Annalise can talk about cutoffs a bit in there too. 50K, no shuttles for you guys. You run out and back, which is nice. 50K early start will be at 4 a.m. What we realized is we added this a few months ago. We just wanted to make sure there was an opportunity for everyone to race this, and we didn't feel like the 5:30 was a fair enough start. And we're going to be up all night anyway, so we might as well start some people early and get something else to do. 4:30 to 5:15 packet pickup, drop bag drop off at the start line. 5:30 start, 2:30 finish. If you need any of this stuff, it's easier to just copy and paste from here. This also has all the hyperlinks of recordings from previous meetings, and the other hyperlinks will be here as well. Before I turn it over to Annalisa to discuss gear, any questions on the timeline or any confusion on the timeline?
I have one about the 50K cutoffs. Are there cutoffs for the 50K?
Yes, the cutoffs for the 50K are, hold on. I'm not going to be able to pull up the correct. When Annalisa's going through aid stations, I will talk through the cutoff times for the 50K as well. But the paces are, I'll give you the paces as well. But we'll go through cutoffs and cutoffs and dropping separately, if that's okay. Cool. Other questions?
Rich, there's one in the in-call messages for the 100-miler. Do we start gear check at 4:30 and drop off bag? Oh, good Lord, drop off bag drop off if we are doing check-in on the day of the race. So basically, when does gear check-in and packet pickup start on race morning?
Probably before 4:30 because we'll be there way before that. But we say 4:30 to 5:15. If you're there early, great. If not, pretty much 4:30 till race start. We'll be there for you. Other questions before Annalise takes over? All
This
right,
may
I'm
be
gonna
a
get someone
dumb
else. Chance. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, so sorry. As you can see, I'm running a soccer practice while we talk. I'm sorry about that.
That's a new
I
one.
really appreciate you guys having the drop bags available for those of us taking the shuttle on the 100. I just want to confirm. I heard that we'd be able to stuff them on the way into Petoskey on the shuttle.
Mhm.
Okay, beautiful. Cheers.
Yes. Yep. Great.
This
Thanks
might
for
be
clarifying.
this might be a dumb question. How many people are actually running this?
Megan, you got the numbers in front of you. I just have numbers before we had some drops this week. You want to go for it?
They are not directly in front of me. Give me just a second.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll turn it over. Annalise, you can get yourself set up for, and go ahead and start sharing.
Okay. Hey
It
guys.
is not, real quick, while she's getting her screenshots up for your stuff, I saw the question. It is not an indoor start. There is a pavilion, or near an indoor start. There is a pavilion. If it's really cold, we'll probably have some heat lamps out there, but you know, you do have a drop bag that goes to the finish line, so you can wear warmer gear and then drop it off after, drop it off and get it at the finish line. So yeah, not indoors, but we'll try to keep you warm. Go ahead, Annalise.
Is there any opportunity to get the drop bags in Petoskey prior to that time to get ready?
Sorry, I had a trouble hearing that. Someone else's mic is a little bit loud. Go ahead and say one more time.
Is there any opportunity to get the drop bags in Petoskey earlier than 4:30 to be prepared? Ideally the day before.
No, it's just with logistics. We're just having one packet pickup in Alpena the day before.
Yeah, they actually are doing something
Sorry.
nice for us nowadays. Counteract.
Okay. Annalise, can you take over?
Yeah, I'm going to take over.
You there?
She muted herself.
Okay.
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry. Megan, did you go through and mute everybody? Okay. So
I did for a second, yes.
Okay. I'm going to go through gear. We're going to be going through aid stations and drop bags. Also for any of our 100-mile relay teams. I'm going to start out with the gear. We know we have had the aid station stuff posted to the website for a while, but we're still going to go through that again, just in case anyone has questions. But for gear, and we do know we've gotten a lot of questions, even on the Facebook page and stuff like that. What you're required, like absolutely required to have, is your 2 headlamps or flashlights with extra batteries. We just want to make sure that you're safe, visible on course. You also need a reflective vest and then 2 red flashing rear lights with extra batteries. If you have a lithium one, they're chargeable. We understand, obviously, you can't bring extra batteries with you. Just know the battery life of your lights or vests and make sure that you're planning accordingly. We will pull you
Charging
off
packs are also available. You can use those and carry those with you for it.
What are Rich?
Charging packs, like battery packs,
Okay.
you can charge along the way.
Yep. Also, light up reflective vests do qualify for all of those items, except for your backups. You do have to have backups even when, Megan, I think you're sharing your screen again.
It's not me, Trevor. Can you unshare your screen?
Oh. But yes, the light up ones, which I think are really cool vests, the front and back, but you do have to still have the red flashing rear lights. That is the mandatory gear that we require for running at dusk, nighttime, just for safety. We want to make sure everybody's safe. We want to be able to see everybody on course, especially with some of the roads and trails that we're on. Some of them are really single lane roads, and even driving up there, other cars are coming pretty fast in the other direction because usually there's not a lot of traffic on those roads. So they're not used to having other traffic people on them. So we just want you to be as visible as possible. I am going to pull up and share our aid station chart. Well, first of all, while I'm doing that, does anyone have questions about that?
So just to get for sure, you said 2 headlamps, and then they have to have a flashing rear light, and then you said a vest.
A reflective vest.
Okay.
Correct.
Reflect.
But if you have a light up, go ahead.
No, I mean, a reflective vest is a little bit specific. You have to have reflective gear. You could literally take tape and put it on your coat that's reflective, and that would count. If you have a water backpack and it's reflective on the straps and on the back, that counts too. You just have to be reflective.
Cool, got it. Thank you.
Correct.
I'm gonna read out some questions from the comments. Is this an okay time to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. So does the rear flasher light have to be red, or can it be any color?
I don't care. As long as it's visible, we won't. It says red on there, but if you have something that's going to be visible, we're not going to force you to go out and buy something else. Literally, our biggest concern is that you can be seen. So we'll keep it simple.
Yes, Mark, the gear requirements are the same for pacers. They have to have the same safety steps in place. Olivia, my red lights require a screwdriver to replace the batteries. If they have brand new batteries in them, do I need an extra battery still? Rich or Annalisa?
Yeah, I mean, what you really should do is have an extra light, but you need to have a way of replacing if the batteries were to go out quickly. We can't tell you that your batteries are. I mean, we can't even tell if all your sets of batteries are bad. But if you have a backup set of batteries, and we have a better chance of you being in the woods and being safe, or on the road and being seen. So we'll stick by that one.
I can't remember if we covered this. Will Knox gear light up vest work?
Yeah, Annalisa covered that. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think
then-
that's great for you to see, especially. I mean, depending on which Knox vest you have, but to be able to see the trails in the and the the gradient and everything else, but you'll be seen just fine, and that's again our biggest concern. But what you use to see yourself is more your choice.
Ethan, a light up vest takes the place of the reflective vest and the red flashers.
It takes
Was that
their place, as long as it has lights on the back then. Yes, that would take place of both the front and back, as long as your vest lights up front and back, but you do need a backup still.
And then from Wanda, I have a Kogella light. If I have 2 battery packs for the light, does that count as a backup?
Yes.
Okay.
You have a way
So-
of making it work after it stops.
Right. And then Ulysses has his hand up. Go ahead, Ulysses.
Yeah, thank you. Real quick, for the Pacers gear, are they going to, or am I going to need to show you that gear at gear check at the very beginning of the race, or could they have it when they meet me on their segment?
Preferably they show it to us ahead of time, but when they get their bib. But I think we could make some exceptions if they're coming into town later. We can check them off at an aid station when they meet up with you. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Good question.
And then, sorry, another one from Christine. 50K, do they need 2 headlamps? I guess specify please early start versus regular start.
No, they just need to have one set. There's not enough. You have really bad luck if you only have 2 hours of daylight in yours, and that's a lot to carry. I'm fine with only. I might get lambasted by my other race directors for making a judgment call here, but we can stick with one for the 50K. Donnelly, will you have my back on this one? I don't want my wife to beat me.
Yes, that's fine. It is
Okay.
dark for such a limited time. Just make sure you have brand new batteries in there, please, because we don't want to have to pull you.
And then Patrick, we'll get to your question about aid stations when Annalisa gets into that. I think we're good now.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Sorry. I'm curious, does the gear check happen before or after we put in drop bags? Because I had planned on putting my overnight stuff downstream in a drop bag.
If you
either. Go ahead.
as I say, if you are at early packet pickup, we will check it there.
I won't be.
Okay, so
I'm taking the bus.
Okay, so when you get to the shuttle check-in, we can check your gear then, but we do have to check it.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
All right, and then I guess we might as well do this one now. Can Pacers get their bibs in Petoskey on race day morning?
Which race was that?
The 100-mile.
100 mile? As long as it's 100 mile, yes, you can get your bib. You can check in on race day morning. We won't have 100K or 50K bibs in packets there. They will be traveling different directions. Okay, pause questions. Next section. We'll have plenty of time for questions, I promise.
Yep, we are going to aid stations and drop bags. So we have gone over this. We have water stops in between all of our aid stations. Our water stops are unmanned, but we will have water, tailwind, and Huma at all of them. We are going to alternate the flavors of the tailwind, but it will be your water stop, and then your next aid station will have the same. So I know we've had a lot of questions on this, so I'm just going to go over it. So like water stop 1, aid station 1 will have naked tailwind. Water stop 2, aid station 2 will have mandarin. Water stop 3 and aid station 3 will have raspberry, which is our caffeinated. That's the only caffeinated tailwind that we do have, but that is caffeinated. Then after that, water stop 4 and aid station 4 will have the watermelon. And then from there, it just repeats. So we will put that in the aid station chart, but I just wanted to give you guys that heads up because I know we've had a lot of questions about it. And again, it's only those 4 flavors, but it repeats in that same process: naked, mandarin, raspberry, watermelon. You are able to fill up your packs at those water stops and aid stations. We will have small first aid kits at the water stops as well. We will have our larger first aid kits at our aid stations.
Naked, raspberry, something watermelon.
No, naked, mandarin, raspberry, watermelon.
Perfect. That's the question we're going to ask you when we want to see if you're coherent enough to continue on. You're just going to have to tell us naked, raspberry, mandarin, watermelon. Damn it.
You can do it.
Good question
All
from
right.
Amy. Will the tailwind be labeled so that they can see what's available?
Yes, it will be labeled at both water stops and aid stations.
So one thing you can, we've gone back and forth for a while at our aid station about, we have big signs with what's there written out. We've left all the food out, invisible, which we really didn't like because it doesn't keep it as fresh. We've settled this year with our ultras on, we're going to have placard boards with pictures of the food and things that are at aid stations, so you can visually just know what it is and not try to read stuff in the dark or when you're out there. So just look for those as well.
And they'll be like half-page sheets, so they will be on the larger side, so you can see them when you're, in the midst of being tired. We will also have allergen sheets on the tables at our aid stations for the food. And I think we list the top 7 allergens, top 7 or top 10 allergens. We will at every aid station have Tailwind, water, Huma, pickles, salt tabs, salt stick electrolyte capsules, Coke, ginger ale, first aid kits, and feminine products. That is at all 14 of the aid stations. So as I'm going through the aid stations, I'm not going to read all of those off, just so you know, that is at every single one.
Just for clarification, and I want to make, because we want to make sure, this is where we get a lot of people who said, well, you didn't have much. We're telling you exactly what we have. We're also telling you, we've been telling you for a while, and that's not everything. That literally, she's going to go through it one more time. These are at literally every single mandate station, and then she will go through what's added as well. Okay?
Correct.
Go ahead, Annalise, one more time.
Okay. Aid station 1, we will have grapes, trail mix, fig bars, and coffee. Aid station 2, which is our first drop bag location. Here we will have bacon, gummy bears, popcorn, and bananas. Aid station 3, we will have pierogies with salt, fig bars, gummy bears, and popcorn. Aid station 4, which is our second drop bag location, we will have hummus wraps. We will also have spoons in case you just want a scoop of hummus. We will have hot dogs, trail mix, potato chips, and nerd gummy clusters. Aid station 5, this is where we're starting to get into, like we'll have chicken broth, veggie broth, coffee, also a lot of your warmer items that you might need. We will also have sandwiches. We will have meat and cheese, and also just cheese. We are also going to be putting vegan cheese as an option. So they won't make a lot of those, but if that's one of your dietary requirements, we will have vegan cheese available. And then gummy bears. Aid 6, which is your third drop bag location. We have pretzels, bananas, bacon, peanut butter, and then peanut butter and cheese crackers, jelly beans, and then pierogies with salt again. All of these first 6 aid stations are only hit by our 100 milers. Then after the 100K start, the 100K, we threw in another little aid station there at 7 miles in, and that is aid 6.5. For this one, again, we have the Tailwind, the water, the Huma, pickles, salt tabs, salt stick electrolyte capsules, Coke, ginger ale, first aid, feminine products, just like we do at all of the other aid stations. And then we have the grapes, trail mix, and fig bars. Again, this is only hit by our 100Kers. Then once we get to aid station 7, this is where our 100 mile and 100K meet up. So from here on out, you guys will all hit the same aid stations. This is bean and cheese wraps. We can also do just bean wraps. We are doing vegan refried beans. So for any of our vegans, you will have that option. We will have oranges, grilled cheese. We will have both regular and vegan options for the grilled cheese, potato chips, and fruit snacks. At this point, for the 100 miler, we're at mile 54.8, and for the 100K, we're at 15.7. After that, we hit aid 8, which is drop bag number 4. And this will be a drop bag location for our 100Kers as well. Here we have cup of noodles, chicken broth, veggie broth, coffee, and this is instant coffee. So you can make it as weak or strong as you like, but we do have the instant coffee. It'll be bananas, pierogies with salt again, chocolate candies, and popcorn. And because of the weather in Michigan, we're going to do the individual popcorn bags. That way it doesn't get soggy or damp for anybody, just so you know. We will have aid station 9 after this, which is bacon, gummy bears, grapes, chicken broth, veggie broth, coffee, hummus wraps, and pretzels. Again, we will have spoons just in case someone just wants a quick scoop of hummus. You don't want to eat a wrap, but we will have spoons there as well. Aid 10, we will have cup of noodles, coffee, Oreos, non-chocolate candy, so your sugary candies, and they'll be individually wrapped. We have pretzels and grilled cheese. Again, we will have regular and vegan options for the grilled cheese. Aid station 11, which is drop bag 5 for the 100 milers and drop bag 2 for our 100Kers. You will have veggie broth, chicken broth, coffee, potato chips, cheese crackers, peanut butter crackers, grapes, M&Ms, and gummy bears. Aid 12, so we're getting into our 84.8 miles for our 100 milers and 45.7 for our 100Kers. We're gonna have our pierogies and salt, chicken broth, veggie broth, coffee, hummus wraps, potato chips, and jelly beans. Again, don't forget, we have all the other offerings as well. These are just additions to our other full aid station list. Aid 13 is going to be drop bag number 6 for the 100 milers and drop bag 3 for our 100Kers. This is also going to be where 50Kers hit as well. And I'm pretty sure you hit this one twice. So 50Kers, you will not, like, you will have these same food options twice as you pass this. So you might not want to.
Which aid station?
This is aid station 13.
Yeah, so they hit both of 13 and 14 twice, along with, All
right, so we have at aid station 13, we have peanut butter and jelly. We will have spoons if you just want a scoop of peanut butter. We have chicken broth, veggie broth, coffee, Oreos, pretzels, fruit cups, and candy. This is going to be a mixture of probably chocolate and sugary candy. Then we have aid station 14, our final aid station. This is going to be trail mix, chicken broth, veggie broth, coffee, candy, and pretzels. You also have another water stop in between aid station 14 and the finish line. So that's about 2 miles up from aid 14, just in case you need a little bit extra pick-me-up. And then you will hit your final destination, which is our finish line.
Real quick, we did have one change. We haven't found the exact location. I have the gas station near the U-turn that's getting back to us, and also Dollar General, but there's a few other places we land. We're going to be adding a porta potty near the 50K U-turn, which is 4.5 miles from before aid station 13 on the course. So just keep that in mind, and when we add that, we will give you guys a pin location on that too.
Do we have any questions on our aid stations, drop bags?
Annalisa, from Sterling, will every drop bag location also be accessible for crews? I'm going to drop that link in the chat, but do you want to answer that?
Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Not everyone is easily accessible. We would prefer that you have your drop bags out there ahead of time. But aid station 5, that's not a drop bag location. That's not aid station 5 is not accessible by crew. Where we have our drop bag 2, which is aid station 4 and aid station 6, those are both easily accessible. And then aid station 8, that is the only one with a drop bag that is not accessible by your crews.
And I dropped the link in the chat.
I have one question.
Yep.
I'm running the 50K. Do we have a drop bag?
Yep.
Yes, you do.
And that's
Yep,
at
you
aid
have-
station 13, I'm assuming?
Yes, and it won't
Okay.
be picked up till you pass it the second time. So they'll put it. We'll have us like a. They've been through once. They've been through a second time thing.
Okay, thank you.
And I do know one of
Yeah,
the
guys-
questions.
Go ahead.
I say one of the questions that was on our sheet is that will we have a spot for drop bags once you've gone through? And that is yes. We will have, so you will check in with the staff or volunteer at the aid station. You want to make sure you check in and out. You will have an area where the drop bags are located. They will be in numerical order so we can easily access them, or you can easily find them. And then once you are done with your drop bag, there will be a bin to the side that is for used drop bags for races who have gone by. We really do ask that you put them there or even hand them to the volunteers to put them there. That way we can make sure that when we have a staff member go through and getting those drop bags to the finish line, they are picked up.
Yep, and we'll be doing regular sweeps from all 7 of our drop bag locations to get them back to the finish and try to get them back as soon as possible. Usually we don't have a problem getting them back before the athletes, unless there's medical emergencies on course or something like that. But our goal is to get them back to you ASAP, so you have an opportunity to get them right when you're done. But remember, you do have a finish line drop bag in the and puts anything warm or recovery stuff that you need in that one.
You want to get Wendy real quick?
Hi.
Hi.
Can relay runners use an aid station at the end of their leg?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing we ask is that we've had relays. We've had a lot of we've had relays where the relays use the aid stations as buffets for the entire team. The general idea of aid stations are to aid people who are running or obviously just finishing running, like Wendy asked. So we're asking that, you see bacon, your entire team doesn't eat all the bacon. There's plenty of places to get bacon while you guys are driving to the next spot as well. So do understand that the food's for those running and finishing.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yep.
And then one more. Dan, did we get you, Dan M?
Not yet. Quick question. The soft drinks on course, are they going to be flat or unopened?
We try to have some opened and some unopened. Sometimes people get to them so quickly or take a full can that we don't have enough flat ones, but we have a lot of, this is one of those things where like 50% of the people want carbonation to burp a little bit and settle their stomach, and some people don't want it flat. So we try to have some open and some unopened.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just make sure you specify it to the volunteers if you
What she was trying to say is,
prefer it one way or another, because they'll probably just open one and hand it to you.
all right. There was the answer to the question. It's in the chat about the 1 scoop to 12 ounces of water for bulk, and that's equivalent to the 3 scoops if you're doing it the way you guys do at home. So we put 1 48-ounce bag in a 5-gallon. I also wanted to just really quickly give Annalise a quick break. And well, actually, no, you have your screen up. I don't want to steal from you. I was going to go through the cutoffs real quick, but go ahead. I'll come back. Go ahead and work on your relay stuff too.
Okay, so we did finally get this posted to the event page. This is under our relays. I'm not sure if we have any of our relay members on here, but we are still going to go through it.
We do.
But this is going to go over the relay exchanges on the aid station, which is on the aid station guide. course, your exchange zones, the rules, and your penalties and guidelines. A lot of these slides are, if you viewed the athlete guide on there, but on this one, we do have some relay specific ones. So Rich went over this, just some of the locations already. So your 100 start, which the only relay we have is the 100-mile relay. You're finishing in Alpena. Your host hotel is going to be the Holiday Inn Express, which is where we are doing our packet pickup at, and that is from 2 to 7 on Friday. And then if you are riding the shuttle pickup will be at Bayview Park Tennis Courts. Next. Next up.
Honestly, I don't know if you need
again,
to
if you're
go
riding the
through
shuttle-
every single thing. Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't go through every single thing
Yeah, just doing-
with the relays. That I would do the relay specific like rules and show them where they can access maps, because that's going to be really important to them and crew, and show them where they can access information. But we don't for the entire thing. I don't want to go through every single slide for either relays or individual event.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so our relays, we have team sizes between 2 and 6 people. The leg distance for our relays, it's really up to the team. There is no requirement of the distance that the relays need to do. But the exchanges must be done at an exchange zone. You cannot just have a random, sorry for the background noise, guys. You can't just pick one of our water stops or a random place. You have to do, like, we have to have the relay team runner coming in, check in, and then the one that is going out, if you're changing, they need to check out with the staff. All of the general athlete rules and gear requirements apply to all participants on your relay team. We really need our relay teams to stick with the one vehicle per relay team. One vehicle, because there is limited parking, but also we need to make sure that we're not taking over spaces for the rest of our racers and crew. The difference for this is team vehicles must have the team's name and bib number clearly visible on the vehicle at all times. We would really like you to have it in 2 different places. So whether it be like the front and the side, the back and the side, just so staff knows that you are with a relay team. And it can't be bigger than a 12-passenger van. There is no camping or hanging out for long times at exchange zones with a limited space at some of these. So please plan accordingly. Food, Rich did cover this a bit, but food at the aid stations is for the team member who's currently running. Not the team member you're handing off to. It's really for the runner coming in that has already expended so much energy on their leg of the course.
Again, there's some leniency to make sure that the runners, the runner coming in and runner coming out are good, but generally it's not the runners who are waiting to the next leg.
Only the runner finishing the lap. So this is coming into the finish line. Only the runner finishing the last leg will wear the bib in the finish line area, because they're obviously the ones finishing. Everybody can run in together. You guys have ran this race together. We know you want to finish as a team, but just make sure that the runner finishing is the one wearing that bib across the line. So I just went over this on the last slide. It's just information in regards to your relay team. Next up is the vehicle. Each team provides their own support vehicle, only one vehicle per team. Again, the signs must be visible. We will have permanent markers and paper at packet pickup for you guys to create to write out your sign for the vehicles. Please be aware, that you do have to follow any parking restrictions that are on course. And if one of the aid stations is not accessible and it says like, you know, you can only go in so far, you may need to walk in a little bit. It's not more than a half mile for one of the aid stations. I think it was like 0.6 miles for one of them. But that's if you're doing your relay
So
exchange there. We do.
She's speaking about specifically aid station 5, and we'll make sure we discuss that. But the relays we'll go into more detail about those. Most of them are easily accessible as long as you have the right vehicle, and the guide she has for that she'll go through that as well. But there is one where the aid station 5, we are not allowing anybody but relays that need to exchange to go all the way in there just for space. And so we asked some crew to go to the water stop before, but sorry, go ahead. Clarify.
All good. We do have the parking restrictions. Violating these restrictions can cause penalties and disqualifications. Also a big thing, which is for all athletes regardless, but you're not allowed to provide aid to the active runner from a moving vehicle or bicycle. This is the same for all athletes on course, not just relay team, but you cannot get aid from a moving vehicle, or bicycle is considered a moving vehicle. Your relay team exchange zones. Again, your relay team members do not have to run equal legs or distances. You can break it up however you want to. We don't require you to submit that to us. That's up to your team. Have fun with it. All your relay team exchanges must be made at a staffed aid station. We have a link to the aid station chart in here, and it also has your relay exchange zones on it. At the exchange zone, the incoming team member must check in, and the outgoing team member must check out with the staff or volunteer on site. We do mark this down on a sheet of paper. We do it for all athletes, so we know who is on course, who has been through where. And then again, relay team camping or hanging out for long times at exchange zones is not allowed. We do ask that you kind of space it out and plan accordingly.
Annalisa, real quick from Patrick, who I assume is doing the relay. He's noticed some discrepancies between the aid station chart and the pin, basically the descriptions and the pins on the Google map. Can you speak to which one is accurate and then where we need to basically, it sounds like we need to look and see if there's a discrepancy.
Is it all of them should be up to date? Is it the athlete? Was he saying the athlete guide and the aid station chart?
The aid station chart and then the descriptions on the Google map pins.
Patrick,
I would go off of.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, Patrick, if you see some discrepancies, message us over to them because obviously we're not aware of them, and we'll update it. I would go based on, and Annalisa, go based on not based on the pins, but on the wherever else you see them, like the athlete guide or the aid station chart.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if you see a discrepancy, let us know so we can fix it for everyone. Yeah.
Just some of the crew rules for teams. Also, this is similar rules for if you have your crew out there on course. Well, it's the same rules, but athletes are responsible for your crew. If they don't follow the rules, the athlete is going to be penalized. Again, please, only one support vehicle, and it can't be larger than a 12-passenger van. While you can carry and supply gear at aid stations to your athletes, you cannot pace them in your vehicle, and also you cannot offer the moving aid. Sorry.
Annalisa, was that? Sorry, are you good?
Oh, no. Hold on. I'm trying to get it out of sharing mode so I can go back to where I was. Sorry, guys.
Okay. So I don't want to take up all of everyone's night. Annalisa's, when she's doing that, she's also going to share, and I don't know if she has it right now, if she's going to share it. So you will have a Google map, and I'll show you what ours looks like. It's even that has driving directions and instructions. But a couple thoughts with that. We're going to be updating that all week. So if there's major rain, certain roads just get washed out, and we'll change different ways that you should go around. And you should also, everyone should absolutely download offline maps. If you use Google Maps, that's what it's called. You go in to your profile and you pick the area, which is basically all of northern Michigan for this one, and you download offline maps. What that means is when you run out of signal, your phone already has the entire map of that area downloaded, and it costs a couple of megabytes, but if you're doing it at home at Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter. And so you can still get directions while you don't have signal. So you're not trying to search for signal to get directions. But beyond our map that has the pins and the aid station locations and start and finish line and all that good stuff, there's also a map that has driving directions. It's so you guys don't get caught on a road that's not suitable for all vehicles. 2, so you don't do what Annalisa did and expect a road to be there and there's a river instead. That was funny. And 3, we don't want runners to get we don't want runners to have too many drivers on the road. So we're expecting you guys not to drive on the course as much as possible. So we want you to follow the driving directions or other directions of your choice more. All right, so go ahead, Annalisa. Do you have something else?
Oh, I was just gonna continue through the rules.
All right, if you have go. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I just you had followed off seconds, so I wanted to use the time.
Nope, you're good. So again, no moving aid from vehicles, including bicycles. We need to make sure that the racer's name or your team name and bib number is clearly visible on the vehicle, preferably back, both sides. You can have it in the front. Again, we will have markers and paper to write it down at packet pickup. Racers must wear the team bib while they're running on course. So if you are the active runner, you have to have that bib. We do have timing points on course and we have our chips on those bibs. So we need to make sure that they're picking you up. Again, on our aid station chart, we do have parking and undrivable roads. We also have the link to the driving directions that have been created up on the website as well. Okay, penalties for our relay teams. Teams will be penalized for not adhering to team or general athlete rules. I'm going to go over what those penalties are and what you'll receive. These are for penalties that are not deemed to be cheating, hindering other teams, or unsafe by Tri-Vam staff or volunteers. The first offense is a 5-minute penalty for the full team. Your second offense is an additional 15-minute penalty. Your third offense is removal of the team from the course. It's not just a one person, it's your whole team. Don't screw it up for everybody. For penalties that are deemed cheating or unsafe, that is immediate disqualification and removal of the team from the course. So just make sure you're following all the rules. We don't want to have to penalize anyone. We don't want anyone to not be out there. We want everyone to have fun. This is just a quick example of vehicle sign, team name, bib number. So you can go through that and look through that information. We've already gone through shuttle information. I do have some RaceJoy stuff up here. You can click on that link for more instructions on how to be tracked via RaceJoy. All of this is on the relay section of the website.
Also, if you're familiar with RaceJoy, usually it's only, in the past, it's only been available if someone's carrying a phone. We have 4 or 5 timing points on the course. So what RaceJoy will do is update the person's pace based on what they do between each timing point, and the dot will continue to move on the course based on that pace. So you can have a pretty good general idea, even without a phone, where someone's at on the course.
And it seems like the link to the RaceJoy instructions is not on the website specifically. It's in the athlete and the relay guide. So we'll get that added to the website.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yep.
I couldn't seem to find the Wolverine 100 on Race Stories app once I downloaded it. I've never used it before, so maybe this is me. Is that a user error thing?
No, there was something going on with the relay, so it wasn't getting loaded, but it should be up there now.
And it's up there for the 100 solo?
Yeah, one's not working right. It's not all of them aren't up. So, yeah.
Beauty, thanks.
All right, quick questions. We'll do quick question. I know we're almost in an hour, and I want to have plenty of time. Any quick questions on Elisa's stuff? She went through in a lot of detail, so I don't want to. What questions do we have? What a thorough job you did on Elisa. They don't have any questions. All right, course updates. So course updates today will only tell you what the trails look like today. And we still have plenty of time for that to go awry. But we wanted to give you as many updates as they're dry. They're not as sandy dry. The roads are the unimproved roads aren't as sandy dry as they are midsummer. They're already starting to get a little bit more enjoyable to run. And I think that'll continue to happen as we get a little more rain and it gets a little warmer. We're pretty close to having all of the trails cleared. The Hillman to Alpena trail, which was the one that had a section that was overgrown, the first part that's grass and gravel instead of just gravel, is cleared. All the trees down, the majority of those are done. We still have a couple sections we have to check, and we've been doing some not improvements, but clearing some of the overbrush on several of the sections to make them easier and better to run on. So it's all kind of coming together. There's still a few sections that are getting done the week of, specifically leaving the college, and also a couple of sections in the middle. But as of right now, we expect no major, considering what the trails look like before, the National Park has done an amazing job, and their friends groups. We've gone up and done what we could too. But those should be in great shape. One thing, I'm apprehensive to say this, but I don't want to startle anyone, but I want everyone to be knowledgeable. We have run into bears a few times up there already. It's that is bear country as far as Michigan goes. They're tame, they're relatively docile, they're not problematic, but you can startle them. Hopefully, as we have a lot of people out there in the days leading up and the day of, that will kind of get them a little bit away from the area. But I suggest having some type of bell or some type of noise. We were talking and not realizing it, and we heard one growling right next to us. We didn't see it, and it didn't hear us until we were really close. Nothing happened. It didn't say or didn't do anything. We weren't bothered. But you got to be prepared. Yeah, let's have the bears scare away the big cats. That's fine with me too. But anyways, trail conditions are good. People have talked about river crossings. There really aren't any. Even the stuff that kind of gets the trails pretty wet or turns them into some of that are down and gone basically. It's beautiful out there. We're not going to quite have the full leaf coverage or full fall leaves because it's been a warmer fall, but I usually have to go through a lot of stuff for trail course updates, but as of right now, trails are in great shape. We will be updating you the week of quite a bit. And the only other thing I wanted to go through with course updates is just to kind of real quick give you an idea of how we mark the trails in case you haven't looked at it. If you're looking at your PowerPoint, I'm just going to go to the right slide here.
Rich, while you're doing that, Rocky, can you go ahead and ask your question?
So if there's a lot of bears or anything like that, is bear spray allowed?
Whatever is allowed within the state by DNR, we allow.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And again, I wouldn't say a lot, a normal amount. I'm not saying that it's more so than any other time that you're ever up there. We're just doing a lot of miles on these trails, so we're seeing a lot of the area and a lot of the time of the year that they're kind of quiet anyways. Okay, I'm not trying to startle anybody. Yeah.
Well, I just didn't know. I mean, like I'm sure we're all familiar with the woods, but when you get a lot of people moving around, you start pushing animals. So I just didn't want to just want to be sure.
I would not suggest pushing the animals. just
No,
kidding.
I mean, like,
I know.
when you get,
I know.
it's like a term. When you get a bunch of
Yes.
people moving around, you're gonna move the animals around.
Right.
They're gonna try to
Right.
avoid you. So.
Right. No, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree. And again, I don't want to startle, but you are correct. Their habits are going to be different because our habits are different up there. So,
Okay.
Real quick, we will have both trail and road, left, right, and straight signs at trail and road intersections. We have, if you look on the left-hand side, we're going to have our confidence markers, and I've got, I am on the screen. I have those as, can everyone see my other screen right now? This is one of them right here. These are going to be more on the road section, but our tape, which will be our hanging tape, which is hanging by cliffs, and our signs that are in the dark areas will also have really high quality reflective on it, so they're a little bit more visible at night. But you can expect, we're going to hang these on the trails every 0.1 miles. We're telling you to expect them every 0.2 miles. That way, if some fall or something like that, then you're not getting worried needlessly. So every 0.2 miles is when you should expect to see a piece of hanging tape. For the 100-mile, you are always on orange. For the 50K, you are always on orange. Orange always. For the 100K, you are on blue for the first 15 miles, and then you'll connect with orange and you'll be on orange this way. So for the most part, everyone's looking for orange. At dark, everyone's looking for orange, both on both sides of the trail. With that, the other thing keep in mind is that corners, when you have these left, right, and straight signs, we will put 3 of these in a row. So if a sign were to go away or you just weren't paying attention, these are not every 0.1 or 0.2 miles. These are 3 visible as you make the turn, 1 at the turn, and then 2 immediately after, so that you continue to be able to follow the course as you go. A couple of other things. Obviously, roads aren't closed, so be cautious, follow the rules of the road. We'll use surveyor flags, which are just pieces of tape on sticks that go into the ground in areas if there aren't any trees to hang stuff from. And then again, on the roads, we'll be using more of these reflective signs because they'll be easier to see from further away, and we can space them out a little bit more as we go. So that's course updates. Any questions on course updates?
Rich from Robert in the chat, do we need to worry about government shutdown, national parks, DNR, that kind of thing?
No, as of now, that's not. We've asked entities before we decided to ask them before the shutdown. We haven't run into anything that's going to affect us. Most of ours, we were a little nervous about the state-run stuff, but the state has kind of pushed that can, and it looks like that's going to work out in the next couple of days anyway. So no, thank goodness we've had that happen before years ago, but we don't have to worry about that right now.
Thank you. And then Tristan's got his hand up.
I was actually just going to say the state came to like an agreement where they pushed it out a little bit longer, but that was just covered.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, Tristan. Other questions real quick, and then we'll move right along. Is the course marking on the, I couldn't read that one in time.
Is the course marking on the roads on the right or on the left?
It'll be on the left side, the side you're running on. And then on the trails, it'll be on both sides. We're just going to go with the most visible location since it's one directional. There's no out and back.
But Rich, that's a good, not necessarily everyone knows this. If you're running on the road, you should be running against traffic.
Yep.
Or the shoulder of the road, sorry.
Annalisa, my next tab was relay and crew. You kind of covered all your stuff at one time, right? You already went over that?
Yep.
Okay. What I want to do now is kind of switch to FAQs and regular questions. Feel free to ask questions. You feel free to type them if you don't want to ask them. We'll answer them or ask them. And then Megan, can you pepper in some of the FAQs as there's lulls? And then again, once you're good to go, if you've gotten all your questions answered and we're not missing anything, you're more than welcome to take off, but we're here as long as you need to make sure you're ready for this race. We don't do the hand raising thing. Just yell at us.
All right, well, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a couple questions. So all of our pacers need to be at the start line to get checked for all of their equipment.
No, they can check the day before, and we did say that we'll make some exceptions. That we could, I believe we said that they could. If they are not there the day of, they could have their gear checked at.
A mandate.
I'm sorry, relay or crew. I'm sorry, maybe I misspoke. Pacers.
It's
Yes,
just for
they
a
can have their,
pacer.
they could have their stuff checked at an aid station if it's the end. It's not the end of the world. We can make that work.
Okay. All right. So and then they can like pass off the headlamp. They don't all need to like have their own headlamp and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as there's a backup, so that if it's being used consistently, there's a way to back it up, and you don't end up being their crew getting them out of the woods instead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And then we'll roll into that with Amy's question. Amy, I'm going to need you to let us know what distance you're doing. I have a pacer on call for the last 10 miles. They should check in with the aid station attendants at a manned aid station if they hop in. So answer that one first for me.
I don't think I understood there was the question in there. What was the question?
Well, I think Amy is asking if they need to have their gear. Amy's doing the 100K. And Amy, do you want to just jump in and clarify? Because essentially, I'm not sure if the question is whether they need their gear checked or just if they need to get their bib or check in.
They should get you can pick up your bibs for your crew. That was the question. And then yes, you can. We'll allow crew to do gear check at the aid stations if they're not able to do it ahead of time.
Okay, and then follow up from Amy. Do they need to say that they're tagging in? They don't need to check in. If they have their bib, if they have their gear approved, they're good to go. But then a good question, for all athletes, what does checking in and out at an aid station look like?
Yeah. Well, your bib should be visible at all times. So it should be a very quick and easy thing where our crew is just tells you, hey, 68, you're in, or whatever. But if you're running fast, you should make sure they got your number as you're going through. If the aid station looks busy and the volunteers or crew are helping other people and you're trying to just get through there, just yell, make sure that you get a reply that they heard your number. Front of the body. It needs to be front or torso. Front or well, I don't even know which leg, because I will say left leg. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my finish line. Front or left leg. We got to be able to see it. We also have timing points on the course, and we need to be able to know where to look for it if we're checking you for issues during the race. So front or left leg. Right leg we won't yell at you about. Back we will.
And then Stuart's kind of questioning conditions, road shoes from drop bag 5. I think that's where we go over to limestone, crushed limestone.
That's aid station 11, so that's at Tournament Park. That should be totally fine. Road shoes from there.
Yeah, and there are some other areas where road shoes might be good, but I don't know how many times you want to change shoes. Through Wolverine and the first for a few miles after Wolverine are gravel roads, I would use road shoes. And we'll give you more updates. Again, conditions up there can change over a couple of weeks. So we'll give you more updates. But yeah, I definitely, Annalise is right. From Tournament Park, from Hillman in, it should be very nice for road shoes.
And then, go ahead. You're good.
Instead of a vest, can we just wear a glow belt?
Like at a rave, or what are we talking here?
It's like a glow belt meant for running, kind of like a PT belt if you were in the military.
Yeah, guys. If it lights up in the front and reflects in the front, and it lights up in the back and reflects in the back, you're not going to have arguments from us.
Cool.
Yep.
And just so
I mean, it
everyone
could be
knows,
for a rave too, but make sure it's nice and studded as well. And that, yeah, never mind. Go ahead. I could get way off topic. Go ahead.
just here it goes. Just so everyone knows, we tried to put some links to some good quality light up products in the athlete guide. So Evan was asking about some stuff that's going to stay lit better than some of the less expensive stuff on Amazon. Amphipod makes some really good stuff. We linked to that. Nox Gear makes some really good stuff. Nathan makes some really good stuff, but basically we do have some links in the athlete guide. Yeah, no problem. If anyone else wants to drop a link in the chat, go for it. I don't
know what happened to Megan. Again, if other questions?
This is good.
Megan, what do you got from the FAQs that you saw?
Oh, this is a good one. Is Uber generally available across the course if we, Rich, we were going to talk about
I'm good. I know. Yeah.
Okay,
But go ahead and ask that question. I'll get.
Well, so is Uber generally available across the course if they need to drop and have no crew?
No, definitely not across the course. So our drop policy, and we're going to get this. I don't think we covered it very well. You could probably get an Uber from mid-state or maybe even possibly Wolverine to Alpena. We're not considering you drop bags. You're more precious, and we'll move you along quicker than drop bags. But we're going to have crew regularly around the course that are going to be helping out bringing drop bags to the finish line and also bringing drops people to the finish line. Keep in mind that that's really the end goal of where we're taking you. We won't be taking you to the start line or to your hotel. It's going to be, especially if you drop early, it's 3 hours of crew being out of place. So please understand that we'll get you there as quick as possible. It's possible that you'll be taken to an aid station there for a little bit until if our crew is really overwhelmed, and then you'll be taken from there to the finish. If other crews can help out, that's great. But we will have ways. We will be getting people safely to the finish if they drop. Then does that cover it basically? That question and the drop question? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Yep.
And actually, this is a good one from Adam. 100 mile.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to read it out loud
Okay.
for everyone, so because it's a good question. Can we park 100 milers? Can we park overnight at the finish/shuttle pickup 3 a.m. Saturday through Sunday race finish? And Rich said yes.
Yes. Yep.
There
We've
is
already checked on that
also
for you guys.
public parking lot that's like 0.3 miles up the road that you can park at too.
Yeah, if you really want to leave some space for other people that are going to be finishing and limping around, or then you can move a little bit up the road. But yeah, we do have available parking. But Annalise, if you could put that pin in there as well, that'd be helpful on the map.
And then if y'all have more questions, drop them in or go off. Oh, great. Jeremy, I was thinking the same thing as you. How is cell reception throughout the course?
Let me actually, we had a little bit of an update on this. So cell reception is spotty throughout the course. I would say not non-existent. Texting in the middle of the course is going to be basically your main mode of communication. Phone calls won't always work.
Oh, I would.
Anna, are you on the call?
Aid Station 5 is probably the worst for service.
Yeah. Sorry, one of our workers had given an update on which cell services were, how she looked up and ranked them for, I know T-Mobile was the worst, but I didn't read the rest of her text all the way through. So it does depend on the service. And if I find this as we're sticking around, going through this, I will update you guys on that as well. Yeah, so T-Mobile is generally the worst coverage in that area, and AT&T is the best, with Verizon coming in close second. So that kind of gives you a general idea of that. But texts seem to go through in most places, or almost all places. I haven't had as much trouble with it, and I have Verizon with that. Phone calls can be spotty. The nice thing that almost all the carriers, if you've updated your phone and have a more up-to-date ish phone like last few years, is that generally texts through iPhones and I think all the major carriers. I think I know some of the Samsung phones, most of the Samsung phones, don't quote me on that, now will do satellite texting when you don't have signal. So you should be, even if cell-fixed signal fails, you should still be able to text. In the last 8 months, that's become more of a thing.
Yeah, Sterling just said T-Mobile, you guys have Starlink available now. And then iPhone users, remember you've got your SOS where you can, if you're SOL and you need to go into like emergency mode, you can connect to a satellite. Just practice it beforehand because it's not like, yeah, it's not something we use all the time.
Mike, you won't be the only person sleeping with a sleeping bag at or near the finish line. We'll have some cots too.
So wait, that is a good question for everyone though. Can you leave your car at the start in Petoskey until
Yes.
Sunday?
Yes.
Cool. And then oh, okay, so let's see, Wanda, road shoes after, oh no, I don't think that's I think
811. I
No,
put it
they,
at 811.
yeah, they said drop bag 5.
Yeah.
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 The other one thing I saw in the group on the frequently asked questions was also, what do we have in terms of first aid? Our aid stations will have general Band-Aids, gauze, wraps, antiseptic, things like that. Our crew, which are manning in between aid stations and stopping at aid stations, have a much more abundant supply, like Tylenol, things like that. We have 4 AEDs on the course. We've got stretchers and burn cream and yada yada yada, stuff like that. So aid stations are going to be limited to basically stop the bleeding. They also have splints and things like that, and then we'll get there. And then, you know, if we need to be, then EMS will get there as well. Tristan, any chair is a wheelchair if you put your mind to it.
And then for Kirsten, I'm going to put the link in again, but there's instructions about how close crew can get to the aid stations because it varies from one to the next. You can get aid from your crew from a parked car as long as it's not moving. There's just some of them where they won't be able to access it. I'll drop the link in right now.
Yeah, and Annalisa, do you have that map ready to go for driving directions and information on, for like crew information on access?
Yeah, and I think we added it to the event page too.
That's what
yeah, it's under your Google Maps and it's the very bottom one, the crew driving map.
And again, that will be the one that we're updating regularly, like even week to week. Clute Road, which is covering aid stations 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. You may or may not want to use depending on what car you have, and you might end up going north. So we'll be doing some updates closer to race day, and we'll tell you what we think in terms of where you should be.
And I will say, between 5 and 6, just because you have a 4-wheel drive vehicle does not mean that you should be on that road. It's a big truck if you are driving that way, but we're gonna do some, yes, like Rich said, we're gonna do some more updates. But between 5 and 6, Clute Road, seasonal road, I would not drive down that one.
Again, and I'll tell you that 5 weeks ago, it was perfectly fine for a 2-wheel car, and it was wet in some spots, but puddly wet, not as bad as it is now. So again, it does matter when you're there. But we'll have alternatives, like 33 is a great way to get along the middle part of the course, and also to get along actually the middle quarter of the course, because it turns south, and that can get you through without a whole lot of time spent on dirt roads. So again, we'll give you updates. It's not just for you to know how to get there, but also to keep you off the course for the athletes, and also to keep you heading in the right direction.
We will also add the tow truck company phone number that we have for the middle of the course.
Annalisa, how do we know the tow truck company already? Why would we already know them?
Because I may have gotten our trucks sunk trying to get to aid station 6 when there was supposed to be a road and there wasn't a road.
So
It was
they're doing discounts on race day because we met them. So say thank you to Annalisa.
Yeah.
All right, other questions?
Just a reminder to everyone, all the specific cutoffs are on the aid station chart. Rocky was asking specifically about 50K. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not forgetting some really like weird. No, there's but I guess we could point out that on the 50K, it's a little more complicated because there's the early start and then the regular start, and so normal is the normal start. 50 the early means the what time is that one, like super early?
Or
have fun. That one, and then the reason that you see occurrence 1 and occurrence 2 is because obviously it's an out and back. Hopefully I got that one.
Kirsten, I just want to say the only one that there's a little bit of a walk to for an aid station is 5, and that is the one that is only a relay exchange. There isn't crew allowed at that one. Every other one is very, very close to the road in a parking lot. So there's not going to be much walking.
Dave, do you have a question about lights and reflective gear? Oh my God.
What?
No, Dave clearly is being funny because we answer so many questions about lights and reflective gear.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I like
Sorry,
Dave. Dave and I are going to get a drink.
I'm looking for pictures of Annalisa's sunken vehicle, but I can't find it. So she's
Oh,
safe.
I have that.
Yeah. Other questions?
I put it in the chat, but I think you've got it covered in the guide. Porta potties at most aid stations, if I recall correctly.
Yep, at aid stations, and then we just added one kind of in between aid station 13 and 14.
Perfect. And there's always trees in the wood.
Yep.
God, I hope so. Yeah. All right. We're going to stay on. We'll keep answering questions. You guys are helping us, so we know what we need to clarify. If we haven't gotten it clear to you guys already, we'll add stuff and we'll add it to emails. But if you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
Absolutely, Andrew. If you hear banjos, you run away from them. Laura likes that.
That's never been my experience.
You know what? You and I do get the best whiskey, so maybe I'm saying the wrong thing to preserve our resources. Right? Thank you. I knew I liked only if you have pretty teeth. Oh man, what were we doing recently where we literally heard?
Nope. Megan's not going to get on a tangent. We'll never get through it. Other questions? Pause, Megan. Y'all are great. Seriously, say hi if we don't get to see you at Packet Pickup. We're really excited to meet each and every one of you and help you on this journey.
Hey, one quick question. I did not sign up for the shuttle when I registered. And when I click the link to sign up for a shuttle, it takes me to a registration page again. So if I'm already registered, how do I add the shuttle?
We had a shuttle cutoff, and we're pretty full up. But which race are you at?
100.
Okay. 100 mile, just to be sure.
Yes.
Okay. I would email
Kathy.
Well, no, because Kathy's just going to ask us. Well, yes, because she's going to have a list going. I'll put her email in here, and she will let you know. And we'll find a way to get you there one way or another, I'm sure. But I think we were full up for the shuttle, like as of today. But email Kathy and she'll put you on a waiting list if there's a waiting list or if there's room. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Robert, where are you staying the night before the race?
Well, my crew may no longer be there, so that's going to change. It would be the finish line if I don't have a crew, but it was going to be on the west side of the state if I had a crew.
Okay. Yeah, keep us posted, and we have a lot of people going a lot of different directions. We'll figure out something. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
John's asking my favorite question about shoes. And I mean that seriously. I actually love shoes, John. He's asking about the relay. Are road shoes okay, or should a runner bring trail shoes? And obviously, with the relay, you're going to be running multiple legs. I think it, you know, we always say it's very personal. There are some sandy sections. It depends if it rains. You know, like we were saying before, if you're after aid station 11, it's kind of crushed gravel. So then you should be, well, I mean, then you could definitely do a road shoe, but it really just depends.
So,
you know, like, yeah, go ahead.
We go through this aid station, through aid station 1. It's basically mostly dirt road and over half dirt road, and a little bit of paved road, but the other half is trail, but it's not really gnarly trail. You could get by with trail shoes that are road shoes there. Trail shoes for the second or the last little bit might be nice, and you might be mad you don't have them. From aid station 2, I would definitely have trail shoes. Even the road section is barely road. To aid station 3, you're definitely okay with road shoes. It's mostly gravel road. Same with aid station 4. Aid station 5, I would definitely use trail shoes. These would be trails that if they're in good condition, I would still use road shoes like when I was younger, but they're not like really rooty and they're not like really rocky, but I don't have the ankles I had before. But so I mean, again, if you're a road shoe runner, you'd be okay. Aid station 6, same thing. To aid station 7, same thing. To aid station 8, you could get by with you could absolutely get by with road shoes. There's a little bit of trail, but it's a lot of better improved road than unimproved. From aid station 8 to 9, I would use trail shoes. 9 to 10, you could use road shoes. 10 to 11, road shoes. 11 to 12, road shoes. 12 to 13, road shoes. 13 to 14, road shoes. 14 to finish, road shoes. That would be my take on it.
And I dropped a link in the chat because on our last virtual clinic, Ken did a really good job of going through the section by section and describing the terrain. And so it would be a good way to make a decision.
Was mine chopped liver? I just went through it.
I got to be honest, she did a much better job of helping me visualize it.
Yeah, that's fine. It is really, she does a really good job of describing it and giving an idea. It's really fun. You see a lot of different flora, and the terrain differences throughout the state is pretty interesting how it changes.
Also, to really, you know, like throw a wrench in Rich's whole description he just gave you. Usually when Rich says something, I wear completely the opposite, just for fun. But, you know.
I don't have to come back on that. All right. Next questions. Any more questions?
Ryan, what is the cutoff for the 50K?
I never pulled that up. Hold on. Let me just pull up the cutoff one more time.
You just didn't present it.
No, it's okay. And technically that was Rocky that was asking. This is Ryan. While Rich pulls that up, there's an overall cut, like with all the races, there is an overall cutoff time, and then there are aid station cutoff times.
So, where is it? I just had it. Okay. So, view from current slide. Loading. I should just let it go where it was. Okay, so these are your cutoff time. Oh, come on. These are your cutoff times. What I really pay attention to is the upper right-hand corner, which gives you pacing to hit those. So 1948 pace to survive the 100 mile, 27.06 pace for the 100K, 1716 for the normal, the regular start 50K, and 2020 for the 50 kilometer early start. And then you can see down here, that's what those cutoff times equate to at those aid stations. We've been known to show some leniency on the early ones. You will not see any leniency on the back half of the course because we have every hour you're behind schedule is another hour at the next aid station. So do keep an eye on your pacing. Yeah.
All right.
And I think actually, I don't think we put it in there, but since the course is 102 at the finish line, there's some more leniency of on the last little bit of it anyways. So we won't be blowing anyone up there. Once you're past that last cutoff, we'll be there waiting for you anyways.
Cool. Looks like Elle has a really cute dog that I need to meet. Oh,
Bringing the dog to the race.
Yes.
Sadly, I am not, but don't worry. I'm bringing my parents 2 dogs who are also very cute, but 3 dogs was too much for my crew.
I thought you were going to say you're bringing your parents and they're very cute.
Well, I am also bringing my parents. I suppose they're cute, but their dogs are cuter.
They are also cute.
Well, I mean, you should have brought your dog, and then theirs shouldn't have gone.
You know,
Although they
theirs
are
a
crewing
lot
you.
better
I
than
get it, I
mine
get
is the truth of the situation.
It's okay. My dog's not coming
Okay.
either. All right. Cool. Well, people,
We are very excited to have you all out there.
you know where to find us. We gave you Kathy's email. You know, we've got the what do you call it? The Facebook group if y'all are on Facebook. If you've got shuttle questions, we put Kathy's email in there. You can email me if you've got questions. I just put my email in the chat. But really, everything should be on the website at this point. Although we do appreciate you guys finding little things as we've been getting everything together.
And like Rich said, we'll be updating you guys a ton. We do actually, to Edward's comment, yes, we have a instruction sheet on how to label your drop bags, and they will need to be labeled as to which drop bag location. So whether it be 1, 2, 3, they do need to be labeled for that, unless you don't care where they're going to.
And it says this, I think, in the athlete guide, but you do need to use our drop bags. You can pop your drop bag into our drop bags, but you need to use the ones that we give you.
And they are bigger
Also,
than our normal ones. In the athlete guide, it actually, Hannah put a really good description up and showed how large they actually are. So these are actually bigger than our normal drop bags.
Oh God, I can't carry those ones.
Also, just so everyone knows, and this is kind of important, you should have been getting emails from us for like the last, I don't know, all year. But especially over the next, what is today? Wednesday. Over the next week and a half, you will get several emails from us. We are overly prepared. If you are not getting emails from us, there is something wrong, and you need to reach out to one of us, either with the email that we just gave you in the chat or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, because it means there's something weird with your email account and run sign up. So several emails.
I'm more curious if Megan and Annalisa can make us go a full hour over in the meeting, or how long the 27 of you that are still here are going to stick around, no matter how much they talk about whatever. So Megan, do tell us about whatever you want. Really, are there any other questions?
We're just getting used to 100 miles of wasting our breath and listening to things and everybody else rambling.
See,
That's
I am
how I feel about
such
Megan too.
a good pacer, and this is why I just talk and talk. And Drew, the only thing I'd say about the Garmin course is just make sure, or everyone, if you download a Garmin course to your watch. Just make sure that you've confirmed that we have not sent out some last minute update for some strange reason. That's why we just do a Strava course and then have you do whatever you want for the type of GPS device you have, because that way, if we have to make a last minute, go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, but if we do updates, we will let you know
Yeah, but just make sure.
because we'll be updating the course, so you'll have to know because other things will change too. But
Yeah.
as of right now, it should be good. All right. Other questions?
It does, although ultra mode is definitely, if you have ultra mode on your Garmin, you won't ping the satellites as frequently, but at least it won't drain your battery as quickly. But also battery packs. Ooh, Grace, the Michigan cryptid of
Oh dear God!
jour
Thank you,
is
Grace. That's
Michigan Dogman. You know, Grace is from West Virginia, so she has my personal favorite cryptid, Mothman.
one of the names for this race when I was trying to decide what to call it was actually Dogman because I did like that lore as well. And I didn't want to piss all this Michigan State fans off, but it's our state animal. It's not just a Michigan U of M thing. All right. I just wanted. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that nothing good is gonna come from this point on. You're more than welcome to stick around, but I'm gonna stop stopping Megan and Annalisa from saying whatever the heck they want and just let them go loose if you guys are sticking around. So have at it.
If we're gonna do that, then I'm gonna go. I gotta go eat dinner.
I told people I'd stay, so I'm wondering if it's Eleanor and then everyone else is just had walked away from their computer and just haven't signed off yet.
No, Kirsten did have a good question.
Okay, what's that, Kirsten?
Well, I mean, she's tried. It's going to be a tough one to troubleshoot. She's trying to do the offline map. That like download the offline Google map. Kirsten, if you want, we can try to help you figure it out. There's like a million potential fail points.
Kirsten, are you on an Android or are you on an iPhone?
I will
Well,
say.
then I can't. There she is.
Good.
Nope, still silent. You got to turn off your mute. You're muted. You're still muted, but your video went off for a second. Now you're frozen.
Either way, I just wanted to say thanks for putting this together. I've looked forward to it since we talked about it at the Thumb Coast and the Cartney races.
Awesome. That's great. I can't wait to see you there. Thanks, Dan.
Have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Have a good night.
Kirsten, are you still there?
She looks very much
Frozen.
Frozen, yeah. I preferred Frozen too.
I was teaching elementary music at that time. I prefer neither. Josh, do you actually have a question about the lights, or are you being sarcastic?
Okay, I finally figured out. I had to go into settings.
Oh my God, she's in two places at once.
Am I?
You were for a second there. Okay. So
I've just
do you have
never.
a
So
do you have an Android or an iPhone?
an iPhone.
I can't. I don't know that I can. I think I can still help you. Open up Google Maps.
Okay, I'm in it and I have the map open.
Okay. At the upper, I think it's the upper right hand corner, but it might be different from you. Is there an icon, like your icon, your picture there?
Hold on, now I lost it because I had to go back into the meeting. Give me 30 seconds. Find the.
Also, I have an iPhone, Kirsten.
Okay.
Oh, then why am I? You know how to do this, right, Megan? You can. It's like five.
I made the video. Okay. Yes, Rich, I made the video.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
You made the
Go ahead.
video, and I can go to the video. That's what I was asking in the question, is if that was made, because then I can go to reference it.
Yes, although to your point, I made it on an iPhone, so it'll work for you, but not anyway. But yes, I mean, listen, I made it. You know how it goes with technology. Like, I don't know. I may have missed a step like just because to me it was intuitive. If you struggle, shoot me an email. The two main things are you have to download the map for offline use, but then you also have to save pins for navigation when you completely lose cell service. But I do call that out. That's where most people get hung up.
Okay. Because currently when I click on it, it just shows the map, but there's nowhere that it says that it's downloadable like at all. Which maybe I'll go and I'll reference your video, and then if I have questions, then I can reach out. But
perfect. Sounds good.
Is it on Facebook or is it on?
It's on the website. Give me a second. I think it's on Google Maps and yes, Google Maps and locations, and then there's an
offline tutorial use. Jeez, oh Pete, read for
You
content.
got it. You got it. It's plenty long.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good. But if you need help, just shoot me an email for sure.
And I would re-download it like the day before, just in case there are updates or road closures that you don't know about. So yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Totally.
I got a question about the finish line, Megan. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Tim.
Hey, what's the finish line look like? Like when we did the Fall 50, it was like a big party. There was pizza. There was, I'm not just curious as to what the finish line here kind of looks like or what to expect. I guess if I make it that far without needing a ride.
We have a guy juggling chainsaws that are on fire. We have Libby's. We've got it's a finished truss. We have a truss with lights on it and a couple of tents that'll be set up and fencing into the finish. I don't know I'm not good at describing things to make them seem awe-inspiring and great. We will have finish line food and drinks. I think we're doing a kind of a burrito bowl bar that will keep refreshing throughout the day, and some other snacky stuff and things like that. We'll have music playing. It's harder a first year race to kind of get it. We've never been to this finish line, well, though we've been finishers either. Races kind of, they gain that the party begins when we kind of get that culture behind it. But we're going to do our best to make it as fun as possible, I guess. I don't know how to answer. Is that enough of an answer, or?
Yeah, I was just curious. And my other question is just how bad is your body after one of these things? I'm kind of curious as to
mine. I'm pretty tired, but usually.
I'm just curious how bad it is at the end. Like, I'm assuming there's a little bit of a runner's high at the very end as you finish, if you get that far. But I'm talking about like 5, 10, 20 minutes after. Like, how bad is it? Like your feet, your legs, I'm just curious as to maybe kind of what to expect. What's it look like down there? Does it look like a bunch of people just went to war or what? I'm curious.
It's so dependent on the individual and their preparation, how they feel after race. I know people who pass out after every single race and they're in elite shape. I also know people who, a 100-mile winner for Blackbeards went out and paced one of their friends for the finish of the race afterwards. So added a few extra miles. Like it's really person dependent. As far as like feet and like other things like that, like where you want to put body glide on, how you take care of yourself from the very beginning is going to exacerbate as you go. So if you don't put on body glide, or if you don't put on sunscreen the entire time, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, and you're going to feel worse and worse and worse. As far as walking, yeah, you can kind of expect that if you sit down, you're not going to be walking for a little while, but you'll be. It really depends on your preparation. It is no one person where it's the same.
Is it feasible to go to work on Monday, or is that something that you'd be looking to take Monday off of work after something like that?
Where do you live again, Tim?
I'm in Michigan.
That's a big state. No, where in Michigan? How far are you driving afterwards?
We're driving just 3 hours. I live in Deckerville, so we're planning on coming home that night or the day or that morning, actually coming home. I'm just curious as to, if it's even possible. I'm assuming the day after is probably the worst. You guys following your athletes after these kind of races? This is kind of.
Oh yeah, I mean we all have people who do this and do ourselves. I mean yes, you could. I mean, it depends on what kind of job you have. I mean, if you're working construction or you're trying to, work heavy machinery of some sort, you're probably not gonna be able to do it.
It depends. How understanding are your coworkers when you show up with a belt buckle and just want to talk about your weekend? Because that's the actual answer to your question.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I'm
I
with
mean,
Grace though.
yeah.
I'll be fine the day after, but the second day after is when I can't go downstairs.
Yeah. Is there
Hard Grace.
is there anything besides eating and drinking immediately after that help with all? Like I've seen people do massages at the end of these. Is there anything like immediately right after, that we should start doing as a runner to start that recovery process? So
I
maybe
mean,
it lessens
honestly,
the
like
load.
the simple thing is, even though you probably won't feel like eating, get a lot of protein and carbs in, and then a lot of fluids in, because that's going to be the thing that makes the biggest difference. And don't, like, you could stop right away, but you're going to want to move around a little bit, especially if you're done in the morning. You're going to want to move around a little bit a couple of times that day and stretch out and loosen up. I like massage afterwards. Megan just shook her head violently, but I actually,
God.
some air sleeve that can like kind of force your the blood through your legs a little bit more, or just some compression sleeves in a massage. All those things I think are really great. I did say that other 100 milers, what do you have for opinions, or other ultra runners, what do you have for opinions on what you think helps you survive? Not the illicit stuff, please.
I will also, there is some great research that has come out very recently that points out how long you burn calories after an event like this. So a week after, you should still be eating like way more than you think you should be, and that will help so much with recovery. I mean, like, you're burning for so long after doing something like this, but you'll feel so much better if you just eat a lot.
Just eat a lot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, and the thing is, you're not going to want to, like Rich said, like, you're going to want to not eat, but protein, carbs, like what you think you should be eating getting ready for the race, that's also what you should be eating after. Well, I mean, not the carb part of it, but like the quantity part of it. Grace, recovery shoes.
Once you take your shoes off, though, they're not going back on. So make sure you have something to put on that will,
yeah.
I'm assuming the shoes are going to be pretty much junk after the race, huh? Going through that?
I mean, no.
I mean, how
really
old are
muddy
they?
Day, you'll have to clean them. I mean, yeah, it might be at the end of the rope already, but no, I mean, you're just putting 100 miles on them. They could do that. You might have fallen out of like favor with them. You two might not be getting along anymore. You might throw them out just because you don't like them anymore. But they're still usable.
All right, that's probably pretty much it. Just getting a little nervous as it gets to be. It seems like these when you haven't ran one before, there's like I don't know, all this preparation, like the months and months and months and all these miles. I think I'm at like 18 or 1900 miles already in this training program, and it just seems like coming up short is like I saw in there that like 30% or so. You guys were saying 30% or more of the finishers end up not finishing. So the whole idea of putting all this time and effort in and not finishing is kind of puts it in perspective, I guess. The closer it gets, the more nervous I get about that. Seems like the ultimate fail to train that hard for something like this and not finish.
Well, for what it's worth, one of my athletes just attempted his first 100-mile, and I use the word attempted because that's always how I feel like you approach these longer things. It's, part of the respect of the distance is knowing that it is a really freaking hard thing to do. And therefore, things aren't always going to be perfect. But if you, you just have to be ready to troubleshoot. And what was you were just saying, I remember what you said that made me think of this, but the best thing that you can do is to also have your recovery plan in place. So if you, have a bag ready, either a drop bag, like our finish line drop bag, or in your car or whatever, have your finish line stuff planned out the same way you would have your, aid station drop bag stuff planned out, whether it's a recovery drink or real food or your what was I going to say, your foam roller or whatever it is. Have a plan in place for your recovery as well, because a lot of people get to that point and they're done, and then the post race blues set in, whether you have a great race or not, and there's no plan in place. But if you have a plan in place, even if it's just like, I am gonna eat sandwiches for the next whatever it is, it's better than just getting to the end and going, now what, when you've been following a plan for the last 20 weeks.
Okay. I read studies too, and I read one that a Macallan rare cask is a couple shots of that afterwards feels really good, but you shouldn't drink the entire thing. So take a couple shots, then hand me the bottle, and I'll take it home for you so you don't get in trouble.
I haven't drank since I started the training program, so I gave a part of something I gave up for this till I get done.
Good for
I'm
you.
looking forward to having a cold beer at the end of this thing, though. I'll
There
tell
you
you
go.
what, as long as we finish.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I appreciate all the support too. There isn't. I mean, I don't know where you guys live, but where I live in the Thumb, I don't know if there's anybody else, even where I live, that's ever ran 100. There's like nobody to talk to about this. Like no friends, no family. I mean, there's nobody. You say you're running an ultra marathon, they look at you like you're crazy. They literally think that. There's no one to talk to about it.
The camaraderie coming out of one of these races will be really great. You'll make some really good friends and some people that you'll be telling stories with and about, and to people you've never met before for years to come from this. So it's really that you'll enjoy that, especially. You're going to meet some people, which will be fun.
I feel like that Facebook group's been pretty supportive.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys kind of did that. I think that's a pretty cool thing, because all the races I've done, I mean, not these ultras, but because I never ran 100, but the other races, there hasn't been near the support or the meetings, or it just seems like this is really well planned out.
It's just so we stay on our toes. If we don't have those meetings, we're going to stop preparing. So it's actually like, oh God, we need to do this again. So you're helping us out.
Just seems so desolate doing it all by yourself. I could see where a running group or maybe being a part of a team might have been a positive thing to kind of do. Have other people doing training program, or just to talk to about the week. I mean, most people don't know what it's like to run 100 miles in a week. I mean, holy smokes.
Yeah, you're going to be one of few.
So anyway, well, thank you guys. I don't want to take too much time up. I just here's anyone else to bounce ideas off or talk to, so I figured I'd wait till the very end and ask a couple things when it wasn't keeping everybody on here forever.
You're good.
You're good.
Yeah. So, all right, well, you guys have a good night. I think that's about all I got. This is good for our required meeting. You're gonna do the same thing at the next one, pretty much go through the same criteria.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if there's anything that is unique to the other meeting, we'll let you know. Like if there's something that happens in between now and then, because we'll have been at the most recent time on the course, we'll update you guys in an email anyway, so you're not missing anything.
I just keep hoping for some little tips that I don't know about. Like the last time, that sodium tip, I wasn't taking near enough sodium. What a big difference add an extra capsule of sodium did. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
That's
just some little things that I didn't know about, that I picked up on from one of the meetings or from the Facebook post or whatever,
And that'll keep happening. I mean, I've been running my whole life, and shoot, I learn new stuff all the time, so that's kind of what makes it fun, right? Like I'm 42 and I feel like I get to keep learning stuff, and that makes me feel like I'm not stagnant or, lame. Because to me, the worst thing that can happen is that you stop growing and get stuck in your ways. So I appreciate that from running.
I'm kind of wondering as a newbie if this is something that you get addicted to after you do it, or if it's something you do and you never want to do it again. I'm kind of wondering how it's going to go at the end, like the after part of this whole thing, after doing all this training and run the race. Then what? My wife keeps asking me that. What are you going to do after? And it's like I don't really know exactly. I'm just trying to get through just trying to survive the first 100 and go from there. I don't know how many people are repeats, or seems like this is kind of one of those things that stays with people. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys see a lot of people signing up for your races and then like coming back?
Yeah, we have a pretty good community. We see a lot of the same people.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Well, kids,
you guys have a good night. Thank you.
You too.
Bye, Tim.
See ya.
I think I'm gonna go attempt to eat some dinner.
Yeah, I just need to do that too. Any other questions before we close this off?
Mm.
I don't know if any of these other people are still here. Grace was still here for a while. Grace, do you have any more questions?
I think I'm good, but thank you.
Cool. All right, Olympian. We'll see you later.
She's an Olympian in my heart.
Josh, Amy, Miguel, anything? Thanks, Josh.
All
All right. I'm going to eat dinner. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.